Okay, hello everyone, my name is Brennan and I will be reviewing the H&R Model 929. It is a 9-shot 22 long rifle revolver. Now, before I start, I am new to making videos. I do not know how to edit, so if anything looks like it should be edited out, I apologize, I just don't really know how to do that yet. So before I start, safety check. There are no bullets in the gun. Okay. Now, I'm kind of just going to do this sporadically. I'll post links in the description of this video, which will include a link to where I found a site for parts for this gun, and a link that shows you the years depending on what letters you have. Let me just refocus my camera real quick. Maybe it'll work. Well, anyway, it's AY. Oh, there we go. AY. And that's denoted in the forum that I found as 1984. So that's, I'm assuming, when the gun was produced. You can do your own research as far as that goes. Now, the first thing I'll get into is the cylinder. Again, it's 9 shots. Here's the eject. Oh, it's 9 shots. Here's the ejector. There's a pin right in there that helps the ejector line up if it's to misplace. Spins pretty well. The ejector rod is bent. That's one of the issues with this gun, but again, it's for plinking. I wasn't too concerned with like it being in pristine shape. The reason why that is bent is probably the product of someone cowboying it in, like when they snap it in like that. Which is very bad for the gun. Any revolver, you shouldn't do that, especially on the heavier cylinder barrels, because that could really bend the crane. Forgive me for my ignorance, but just basically the parts in here, this can get chipped or worn down, and same with parts in here, or you could like knock the barrel, the piece that's in there, which I'll go into a little bit later. But yep, there's that. And now, as far as cycling the barrel, or the cylinder, I'm sorry, it's like this. Okay. Then to release. When you're looking to get a revolver, of course, you want to try to cycle through every single one of them to make sure they work. Make sure those dips in there are like they're not worn away too bad. Make sure that it doesn't shake ridiculously. It can have wiggle that way and that, like forward and back, and also like up and down. It's okay, it's normal, unless you get a really high quality revolver. The grips came loose on mine. I have to tighten up, but I did not tighten it for the purpose of this video. The mainspring is in good shape. I'll try to shine a light in there, maybe it'll help. There's only like a little bit of dust on there. It may have been replaced because there tends to be an issue. Again, that's why I'm putting a list for parts. Up here, there's a piece that's, in most cases it's plastic and it'll just break. And you'll have to replace it. The replacement part I think is like $7 to $20. It's not too expensive, and I think it would be worth it to replace instead of just junking the gun. The grip and the overall weight feels very nice. It should be very fun to shoot. If you hear some noise, someone is coming down the stairs. On the side of the gun, you can see some of the speckling. Again, you guys in the comments can tell me why that happens. I think it's because the cylinder is a little bit out of timing, but I might be wrong again. But when you look straight down the barrel, one, you can see that it lines up with every single one of the cylinders perfectly, and the rifling is in really good shape. There's no bulging or scratching. The cylinder is not cracked. That's very rare, but it's not cracked. So Yep. And the trigger pull itself, there's a lot of weight. It's like 15 pounds. So if you're going to be shooting at targets and stuff, it's better to just go single action, because then there's just so little space left to pull through. One of the issues, not issues, but something that I noticed, it may be common knowledge, but I did not know, and it freaked me out a little bit. You can see in this indentation, there's a little bit more space on the left, which I thought that the barrel had to be rotated that way a little bit to correct it. But after further investigation, you can see in there, on the left side of the gun, there's more space than there is on the right side, which means that the barrel itself is attached to the gun a little bit to the right. And you can see that right now in this frame, that, sorry, my hand's shaking, that this is straight, Jesus, and this appears to come off to the right a little bit. I don't know why my hand is shaking so much. But when you close this, cock it back, you can see that there's more space on this side of the rear sight than there is on this side, which allows it to line up perfectly with the front sight, allowing you to shoot straight and properly. I painted the tip of this white because it's easier to acquire the sight picture versus just the gunmetal gray. It's blued steel technically, but it was just harder to see. And here's a close-up of the model. It says Model 929 22 long rifle, made in the USA. Again, H&R Incorporated, Gardner, Massachusetts, USA. Serial number. Try to focus it. That's the down. That's the down. It's the bottom. Looking at it from there. Pull it back. It's with the sights. They're not perfect sights, but they get the job done. This is the other side. Okay. The gun is unloaded. Okay. That's that. And I'll just cycle through a few more times to show you guys. It's a newer model with the firing pin. The older models tend to have the firing pin right here, but this one has the firing pin on the inside of the gun. Probably a product of being 1984. So I'll just spin it around. If I said anything wrong throughout the course of this video, just let me know in the comments. I'm getting into guns just now. So, you know, be nice about it, but let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if you want me to do a video on something else with this model that I may have missed, and I'll post a follow-up video of when I actually shot it. So thanks everybody for watching, and have a nice day.